What do people in Adelaide need? Hello all, I hope everyone is well. I am working on this uni project and am unsure where to source this information. I need to do a survey of people local to Adelaide to know what is something they feel is missing in Adelaide, or something they would want Adelaide to have, as compared to other states. For example, 24-hour pharmacies and restaurants. I thought Reddit would be a good place to start. If you are comfortable with sharing your age, gender, and where in Adelaide you live, that would be great. If not, it's fine. I look forward to gathering some input here. Thank you all. X200B. Public transport trains after midnight on weekends. 43 Mgawler. Housing. I tell you where I live, but I'm technically homeless. Taking shelter in Mount Barker. Adelaide needs more rail transport, permanent public transit that doesn't clog and congest roads. Turn the Oban into a permanent rail network with buses from the train depot. Population growth is going to suffocate the city, the roads aren't handling it currently. Underground or above-ground rail network would futurize Adelaide for good. Melbourne, Sydney, Brisbane all shit all over Adelaide's public transport. Norwood, 29, male. More trains. Also Australia needs high-speed rail connecting the eastern cities. Japan and China style. It's cheaper and more efficiently in every way over planes. Probably faster when you take out airport time too. Better public transport and better bike infrastructure. A 24/7 urgent care centre for those who need to see a doctor urgently when it's not bad enough to need a hospital. Supermarkets that are open 7 a.m. 10 p.m. every day. Weekend shopping hours are a joke in this city. Double the rail infrastructure it currently has with 3 new rail lines. These lines would go to Golden Grove, Aberfoyle and Mount Barker. The network would include an underground city rail loop with a minimum of 3 stops in the social commercial centre of the CBD, not Victoria Square. Alternatively, a different mindset is needed. There's a reason Adelaide is a backwater. Longer shopping hours on weekends. More international airlines coming to Adelaide. More direct international flights that don't require a stopover in another city. Aquarium. Affordable or free regional railways and cheaper or again, free public transport like holy shit, good luck getting to anywhere past Elizabeth without using 3 separate buses, better yet you get to 2 wells and there is none. 24/7 pharmacies and a 24/7 medical clinic that bulk bills to ease strain on our hospital ER. More housing, more local businesses and factories to boost our local economy. I'm 36, male and live in northern suburbs. Much better public transport. It's crazy that it takes nearly an hour to get from Modbury to Elizabeth, and nearly impossible to get to Salisbury if you're not following the train line. Housing and more 24-hour urgent mental health care facilities. Hospitals are clogging up and mental health patients are getting left as non-urgent when in crisis. More trees, less urban sprawl, please and thank you. Dazzleland. I really wish they'd bring back that chairlift to Mount Lofty idea back. Would be such a dream. Music festivals. 52 years old male from Semaphore. Medium density housing. I'd say improved public transport, but I feel like that would improve after population density went up, and might not be as necessary if I can walk bike to where I need to go since I don't live like 5 kilometers from the shops. 18 years old male, Modbury North. Underground parking and high-density housing outside the CBD, along with desirable public transport to go with them. There is very little for teenagers under 18 to do or places for them to hang out safely. Sense of community. Better rail transport. Take a leaf out of WA's book. Every station stop there has a check-in check-out system unlike here in SA. I reckon if they installed similar at all stops it would reduce the amount of free-loading dickheads and incidents on the trains, and encourage more people to use it, taking more vehicles off the road. 24-hour Kmart would be cool. Even on weekends. Coles and Woolworths need to be open later on weekends too. Monorail. Free public transport and for shops not to close at 5 p.m. on weekends. Blackjack and hookers. 24-hour road work. You're going to laugh, but legalize drugs, legislate, regulate and tax. Middle-aged male. Legal weed. 51-year-old female. I would like the drive-in and semaphore water slides back. Would love to have a movie world, dream world or wet and wild type precinct. Would love to have a laid-back pub with a swimming pool to take the kids to, like you find in Queensland. Ocean baths would be awesome, particularly at Howlett Cove or Merino. On a practical needs not wants, more housing, particularly affordable with good public transport links, and better cheaper public transport. Higher quality standards for residential buildings, particularly high and medium density. Imagine large apartments where you can actually have a dining table and a couch. With decent construction standards you could even have guests over for a meal without your neighbors hearing your dinner conversation. Currently in Australia, apartments are a last resort for many because they simply aren't livable long term. They are a roof over your head, but for most not somewhere you can make a life. 41 Effingham Farm 24-hour pharmacies, 24-hour walk-in doctor surgery for non-hospital emergency with X-ray facilities, supermarkets open until at least 9 p.m. on weekends, more direct flights from Adelaide, keeping the area between Adelaide train station Festival Theatre to the museum free of violent, begging homeless people, a train line to Victor Harbour, Hahndorf and York Peninsula. Bring back the drive-in, puzzle park, Green Hills, Marineland, semaphore water slides, skate line and Dazzleland. Decriminalize sex work and less stigmatization. The girls get more safety and rights and the guys get that post-nut clarity to help make less poor decisions. Win-win. More houses and more train lines come to mind. Please, can we have more 24-hour supermarkets and cheaper petrol? Adelaide will be great when they finish building it. Ice rinks. At the moment we only have one, which is absolutely awful. It makes things very hard on the ice sports community here in Adelaide, and it's downright embarrassing when interstate competitors come to Adelaide for a match or event. AUS post vending machine with stamps, prepaid envelopes and satchels. Besides affordable housing, I'd say public transport that is reliable and on time. 35 Female Davoren Park. I think Adelaide needs more attractions like a theme park. Supermarkets that are 24 hours or at the very least open until midnight. More O-Barns. Closing hours extended like other states. Better infrastructure. Dedicated 24/7 mental health facility where people who are otherwise well who need it could self-present, avoiding unnecessary hospital stays altogether. Shade Beach Umbrella Hash. Bicycle infrastructure. Buses to be on time. More international airlines. Land that can't be bought by developers. Apart from affordable and plenty of housing, some public transport hubs that aren't the city. Catching PT from the northern suburbs to say the western suburbs is such a chore and takes way too long. In winter it is almost a no way as you have to walk several blocks from the train station to the bus stops. An amusement park for all ages. Driving lessons. Driving lessons. You need an NRL team. You just don't know it yet. We need Dazzleland back. Adelaide needs for high control cults to be eradicated so years of our young people's lives aren't stolen.